I thought I'd shoot a video on the latest real update on my guitar collection, which I haven't done for a while. First guitar up is the classic player, the Mexican made classic player Strat Sonic Blue, which is a good mid-range Strat, probably the best you can buy. These retail around about new £800 in the UK. Got old style tuners, the custom shop badge there, obviously custom shop designed, American pickups. These are the best mid-range Fender Strats I think you'll find. Spaghetti logo decal there, top loading, old style tuning knobs. So it's the first guitar up. Next guitar is another Fender, this time a Telecaster, but it's actually part of the classic player series, which is, I've mentioned before in other videos of mine. These are particularly good mid-range Telecasters. So it's got the maple fretboard, 5-way selector switch, nice butterscotch. It's known as the vintage blonde, this guitar. Old style tuners again. Yeah, the Mexican classic players are probably the best Mexican Fenders you can buy. Probably after that it's the classic series and then the deluxe series that are probably second and third in terms of quality. So yeah, there's another classic player series. You can always tell these guitars by the Fender custom shop plate, neck plate on the back there. So the next guitar up is what I call my Hendrix Strat, which is just a bit Squire, but it's the vintage modified series. It's got the large 70s headstock, but with the old style tuners, Duncan designed pickups. Is really quite rated guitars. You get a lot of guitar for your money. These Squires are made in Indonesia, the Classic Vibe series of course, which are the most expensive. Squires are made in China, but these are about a third cheaper, but the quality's still there, so excellent guitar for the money. I've always wanted a jingly jangly semi-acoustic. There's not many around at the moment. They're reasonably priced. This guitar is made by John Hornby Skews, the vintage company. This is version 2 of this guitar. Cluson tuners, old style. So it's based on the ES355 Gibson. It's a mainly maple guitar. It's got Wilkinson hardware, but this is the cheapest semi-acoustic 12 string that I can find of any kind of real decent quality. This is version 2, which is it's got the slightly offset horns. This guitar has been discontinued, however. Version 1 and version 2 are no longer available. So yeah, if you can find one, they're getting increasingly difficult to find. This version 2 has got the offset bodies as well, which is not as good as the version 1, which is a straight copy of the Gibson, but as I say, both guitars have now been deleted, so discontinued, so be lucky if you can actually find one. Next guitar up is a vintage acoustic, which is the Yamaha 12 string. Got this for £100 off Gumtree. It's made in '81. It's just an example of how you can get cheap vintage guitars, all laminate, for not a lot of money. Actually had the action lowered, which was good. But yeah, nice guitar for the money. You know, when these were new back in the early 80s, late 70s, they've probably been equivalent to a, you know, £250, £300 guitar nowadays. So they were decent quality. Now a couple of Les Paul copies. It's the vintage Labrador and Relic version. This is one of the very first they ever made. It's been upgraded with Seymour Duncan pickups and Gibson tuning knobs. This version has been discontinued because it's got the inlays and a nicer finish. I've got another one of these guitars which hasn't been modded other than the Gibson volume pots on it. I got this a few years ago, but still really nice guitar, nice finish. It's got a slightly different neck configuration. It's a 3-piece instead of a 4-piece neck, but again, excellent quality. I've upgraded the volume knobs, as I say, but it's got the original Wilkinson hardware on it. These are excellent guitars for the money. You know, you can get one of these for second hand 200 to 250, new 350. So they're a lot better guitars, bang for buck wise, than Epiphone. A lot more like the Gibson as well, except for the headstock's better on these. It's got a slightly sharp horn, but still, in my opinion, they sound better than Epiphones. This is my one-off custom made Gilmore 001. It's got Wilkinson hardware. I picked this up off Gumtree for not a lot of money, but it's an ash body, quite a heavy guitar. The guy who had this made had it made as a one-off. You know, so it's actually quite an excellent guitar for what you get, because it's not easy to get a guitar in this style. You probably have to have it specially made. Next is the Violin Oftener. These are the high series, the ignition series that Hofner are having made in China. So the cheapest, you can pick these up for 250. I've upgraded this with Hofner's flat wound strings. Gives it more of a Beatle sound, but inexpensive bass. Of course, if you want to buy a German one, it would be probably 4 or 5 times more expensive than this one. The next guitar is another vintage. This is a discontinued guitar. It's based on the SG Special. It was known as the Mick Abrahams and it's as good as any SG Special that I've ever tried for, again, not a lot of money. These are only £300 new when they came out, but they were discontinued about 4 years ago. So if you see one of these come up, the Mick Abrahams SG Special copy, then I'd certainly buy one second hand if there's not many of them around. Next guitar is the Sigma. Excellent guitars, Chinese made, leased out to a German company. This is the DRC 28E, so it's got a pickup in it. Yeah, AMI now. I've got this guitar styles leased from Martin. So yeah, German company, have their guitars made in China, but to a high quality Grover tuners. So that's that. And so another guitar now is acoustic. It's a master built. It's a Epiphone AJ500. A guitar that's still available, I think, but I'm not 100% certain because this line is being updated all the time. But an all-solid wood guitar, got a pickup in it, so it's can be amped up. But you know, these are about 550, 600 new if you can find one. Got really good quality for the money. I've got another Epiphone master built. This guitar is discontinued. As you can see, it's nicely finished. It's the DR500M all solid wood guitar. Again, with an excellent master built quality finish. Battling with my guitars a bit at the moment. So yeah, nice finish on this guitar. As I say, it's all solid wood. Superb guitars, the master built range, Chinese made. Next up, a couple of Yamahas. We've got the LL6M, which has got the ARE, acoustic resonance enhancement treatment to age the top. These are around about 550, 600. Nicely bound finish, Chinese made, laminated back and sides. Nice inlays there. Another acoustic, which is another Yamaha, again Chinese made in Taiwan, like the LM6. This is the FG830. These are really well regarded guitars. I think they're retailing at the moment for about $350, which, you know, for that sort of money, these are regarded as some of the best guitars, nicest guitars you can buy at the moment. Nicest acoustic, not electroacoustic, unlike the LL6M, which you can actually amp up. Next up is sort of moving on to the better Sigmas. These are the this is the GJA SG200, so it's based on the Gibson SJ200 Jumbo. Really nice guitar, nice inlays, not all solid wood but solid top. Certainly the nicest guitar in this sort of style other than the Gibson you can buy at the moment that I'm aware of. About £700 new. Really nice finish, flame maple finish on it. So the SG series for Sigma, since they are mainly, or have always been known for their Martin copies, and the name Sigma is still actually owned by Martin, so just leased the right to use the name and the style. But the SG series is a bit of a break for Sigma in that they're based on Gibson designs. So again, this guitar itself is based on a Gibson design. This is known as the JM SG45. Solid top guitar, laminate back and sides, electro-acoustic, so you can amp it up. The next guitar is another Sigma that is based on a Gibson. This is the Hummingbird version in the SG line. You know, about £500 guitar. As I say, this series is based on Gibson designs rather than Martin. So I'm surprised that AMI have been allowed to get away with it, and the only reason I think they have is because they're not allowed to sell their guitars under the Sigma branding in the US. It's they've only got the lease for the rest of the world, so you probably won't see these guitars in the US, maybe Canada, but not in the US. My final guitar is another Sigma. It's the 12 string. Really nice guitar this, got a beautiful sound. This is another discontinued guitar. It was known as the DR1228. They're not making it anymore. Solid top, laminate back and sides, but really nice warm sounder. I think they mainly made these guitars with a laminate rosewood on top of a solid piece of basswood, so though it is a laminate, it is still mainly a solid guitar. Okay, hope you like this video.